Hello and welcome to the Boeing University studio from the International Boeing campus in Arlington, Texas. This is The Profit Break. If you're joining us for the first time, we're glad you're here. Give us 15 minutes and you'll be well on your way to improving yourself and your profitability. Have you ever really thought about the difference between leading and managing? On today's show, we're going to talk with Jason Brooks. Jason has over 30 years of experience in the restaurant industry in multiple leadership roles with 6 of the top 100 restaurant brands. He's an expert in building teams, leading change, and developing managers into leaders. Jason is also the author of the book, Every Leader Needs Followers, 10 Keys to Transform Restaurant Managers into Hospitality Leaders. Jason, thank you for joining us today and welcome back to The Profit Break.
You know what? I am so glad that I am back. This is my second time on The Profit Break, and I'm glad that I was able to attend the International Bowl Expo in Denver. That was awesome.
Well, we are glad to have you, and quite frankly, it's one of the reasons why I invited you back. The people who walked out were just just enthusiastic about the information you shared with them, and I wanted to be able to share some of those tips that you gave on site to everyone if we could. So refresh us a little bit, remind us a little bit about yourself and your company.
You know, I'm a 30-year hospitality veteran, a professional speaker, author, coach that focuses on building back team, building back time, and getting things done for multi-unit and single-unit business owners. My company, Hospivation, works with teams all across the country, helping to put the inspiration and motivation back into hospitality. As you said, working for 6 of the top 100 restaurant brands has taught me a lot about leadership, and I now have the opportunity to help teach that managing, leading, coaching mindset every single day to owners and operators in order to help them get things done. And anyone that wants to learn more, they can always go to Jason E. Brooks of how we teach that mindset to teams at jasonebrooks.com.
Well, appreciate you bringing us back up to speed. Now, when we were at Bowl Expo, we asked you to speak on just one of the 10 keys that you talk about in your book. And that key was leading with the right mindset, the difference between leading, coaching, and managing. And I have to tell you, I'm a linear thinker. To me, I thought there was either you managed or you led. That's not kind of what you brought to us. Tell us a little bit about what you talked about. Give me like in 30 seconds, kind of recap that 60-minute speech if you could.
The average business professional definitely falls into all 3 mindsets multiple times per day and doesn't even realize it. Managing is the managing mindset. There's nothing wrong with managing. It's just that sometimes managing gets a bad rep due to not having proper training. Managing, taking a group of people to keep them in the guardrails to hit a certain point by a certain time. Leading is different. It's the overarching view of the industry and even helping to get a large group of people through challenges that they may not know what the next step should be or could be. And then coaching is actually the mastery of small groups and one-on-ones. The coaching mindset helps you to understand your team personally, know where their goals are, how you can help them cut that red tape, and then get to that next step within their professional goals.
See, that was like the mind being just blown open, because all the coaching class, or I should all the leadership classes I've taken, I've never really thought of it that way. To me, it was like you're trying to stop being a manager and to become a leader. And there are times, and this was great because it's a justification for me, because there's sometimes I feel like I need to coach somebody, or sometimes I feel like I need to just get things done, dictate, right? And I think of other leadership things, they kind of do that, but you put it in such an easy way to read it. In the book, there was, there's 3 pieces to every key, right? There's help me, how does that break down in the book?
So in the book, it's written a little bit differently than most leadership books. I believe that what makes it different, one is the formatting, second is the readability, and then the third aspect is the quotes. But what you're referring to is that there's 10 keys in the book. Every leader needs followers. Each key, you can call it chapters, but these are keys to help you build your success for you to be better at what you do. And each key has 3 sections. The first section is the main course. The main course with the readability is written in a very short way that helps you get right to actionable steps that focuses on that topic. But even with the main course, even for business leaders that don't have that much time, there is then the takeaway. Of course, I'm from the restaurant business, so pun intended. With the takeaway, it's a very short 3 to 7 paragraph snippet of what the main course is. Let's say you read the main course and just want a refresher, or you want to just read the takeaway to then see, do I want to dive into this key? The third part of every single key is called the angle. The angle is quotes from people that I've had the pleasure of working with, and they give a different spin, a different angle on that key, or famous quotes I found online that help to highlight that key and put it within a different perspective.
See, to me, that was, I think that's why it resonated with me. As a linear thinker, it helped me. Big picture, focus, and then reinforcement by others, right? That's kind of what I was looking at. And then to me, obviously near and dear to our hearts here at Bowling University is key number 7, right? Key number 7 is never stop training. And so it's kind of, I was like, well, okay, I got to get Jason back here, have him tell me a little bit more. Why is that like the top 10 of a successful leader? So to explain to us key number 7 and why it's so important.
Key number 7 is never stop training, but within my book, it's never stop training. And it's never stop training because, one, we have this challenge within every industry with turnover. Gone are the days that people work for us or with us for 30 years, wait for that Rolex, and then they retire. We do have a constant churn. This is one of the rare times in recorded history that we have 4 different generations working for us at the exact same time. That makes it challenging, especially when it comes to training. So first, there are 2 camps to training, all right? In my mind, it's you're either in a camp to where you have built a always training environment, or you don't. Now, I've grown up within the hospitality industry. I fully understand the operations. I started out washing dishes very young, have worked through several ranks, and as you said, 6 of the top 100 restaurant brands. I get it that you get into your day, 17 minutes into what you had planned, there's 13 fires. And now everything that you wanted to do gets derailed. But one of the other things that when it comes to training, people tend to put training on the back burner, which is crazy. Sometimes that excuse is, well, I have to focus on sales. True. Labor. True. Food costs or inventory, things like that. Yes. But when it comes down to it, there are several things we do every single Monday that has nothing to do with loss of product or with sales or with labor. Yet still, we find times to reset processes every single Monday. We find times to write a schedule every single Monday. We find times to do all of the other tactics that isn't directly driving sales. But when it comes to training, for some reason, that's one of the first things that gets pushed to the back burner. The other view of that is training isn't something that's just allotted for the first 7 to 14 days of a new hire. It's something that's done even before one gets hired. And what I mean by that is that training is something that we do to help brainwash people coming into our business. For example, out of the 100% of people that apply to your business, you probably hire 15% of those. The other 85%, how are you training them about your business? How are you training them to be a customer? Are you ghosting them and not letting them know, sorry, we did not hire you, and just focusing on the other 15% that you did hire? Even when you think about training aspect, it's building the brand within your community to where they understand what you, the business owner, the team, the operator, the manager, even the supervisor, what you do every single day in order to help build your brand, make things fun, make things active, be a part of that community. And that comes even during the interview process. Then on the other end of the spectrum, I will wrap this up. At the other end of the spectrum, even when it comes down to someone putting in their 2-week notice, have you noticed that how sometimes they fall into this little gray zone? They're not really being focused on. Let's say you have a staff of 40 people. Now you have 41 because someone's leaving, but you're bringing in someone else. So you stop focusing on the person that put in their 2-week notice. No, we should be training them to understand, how do you onboard onto a new team? How do you be successful, even going to go to work for your competitor? That does a few things. One, the people that's on your team that view you still putting in time to shift that training of how they can better onboard onto a different team successfully. They then say, this is someone I want to work with for as long as possible because they care. Two, a lot of times, all the grass that's greener never really tends to happen. They tend to get to that next place. It's not what it is. And then they say, you know what? The way Kelly trained me in my last 2 weeks, even when I put in my notice, he still put the effort in me to make sure that I was successful. Let me see if he will take me back. But that is the core of Never Stop Training, viewing it differently, not just about fires and budgets. You're either creating a ever-changing environment for training to help build back your team and build back your time, or you're blaming it on budgets.
Wow. Again, you just blew my mind again. The two pieces that I took from that, I made note, is one, I never thought about the other 85%. I'm not hiring them. What do I care? I do care because it matters to my brand. Wow, huge. That could be an entire episode of Profit Bake by itself. And on the other side, training to the very last moment they leave, because if you take care of your people take care of your business, right? That's a great mantra. If you've got that culture that you've tried to embrace to the rest of the team, that, hey, people matter, and when you express that even after they've told you they're leaving you, that just shows everyone else on your team that you really are backing up what you say. That is huge and amazing. Thank you for sharing that, because I think that's something that all of our members, everybody watching this, can take away from this, is that training is about your culture, and it is your culture from the moment you start the interview process to even after they leave you, for the reason they may be coming back. That's cool. Couple more questions I just want to ask. I have really just one. Okay, I love the title of the book, right? Tell us a little bit how you came up with the title of the book. I mean, it's just unique.
I have to say, this started back when I was younger. You know, I've had the pleasure and pain of working for 20 different brands. As I always like to say, I've seen the Mona Lisa painted 20 different ways. A lot of the times when I was younger and I was bouncing from brand to brand, it's because I thought that someone was trying to change me into being them. And to be honest, they were actually trying to train me on systems to be more successful. But the red common thread that led through all those teachings of all those people, of what they were trying to do, was actually trying to teach me how to be a better leader. And if I knew back then that this is the systematic process for being a better leader, it would have probably clicked just a little bit easier. Now, the thing is that there is nothing wrong with being leaders and following. You know, this black screen here, that is the core of leading and following. There is nothing wrong with following. We do it every single day. whether it comes to liking something and following something when it comes down to music streaming or TV streaming or Facebook or LinkedIn. We click and we like something and we follow something because it's something that we like or something that we aspire to be like. Now, social media wizards have this pattern of management to be able to create a followership, and not just create a followership, but they've also built a pattern of management to keep followers. And to be honest, in order to be a leader, you have to have people that want to follow you. They want to follow you. And it's a two-way road. You can scream and thump your chest all day long, I'm a leader. But unless you have people wanting to follow you, you're just another manager in a polo on a trek by yourself. So the title, Every Leader Needs Followers, is the understanding of creating that pattern of management to build a followership, to understand what that is and how to keep followers and how you can follow better yourself on your own path to success.
Again, that was a great understanding for me, again, to think outside my normal thinking process. That was helpful for me. I just hope it helps other people who are watching this to think about you have to do it right to get people to want to follow you. Just because you got that title doesn't mean people are going to follow you. So that's, again, great information. And we've just scratched the surface to the keys of the transformation from manager to leader we look forward to having you hopefully back with us again. We've got 8 more keys we can talk about in the book if you're willing to share. We'd love to have you back again. And if you're ready to learn more about managing and leading, make sure you pick up a copy of Jason's book on Amazon. If you're ready to start improving your profitability, you can reach us at any time at education@bpaa.com. And as we wrap up another edition of The Profit Break, remember that when your focus is on growing your people will grow your business. This episode, as well as Jason's first visit with us and all previous Profit Break episodes, are available 24/7 for you and your team at bowlinguniversity.net. Plus, new episodes are available every month. So mark your calendar, watch your email, and join us on Facebook to hear about the latest episodes. Until then, I'm Kelly Bednar. Do for one what you wish you could do for everyone. We'll see you next time.